All right, chat, we good? Money Man, Brett Cott, we are here. Primetime football, making sure Joey Vitt is here. We got a big game in the SEC. Georgia coming to play Texas myself. This is going to be one of the games of the ages, bro. I freaking hope. It's going to be hard to beat Alabama and Georgia, to be fair. But I'm going to go ahead and give it to the commentators. Brett and Money Man, take it away.
Feels good to be back.
Yeah, Brett, this is going to be a powerhouse game. Number 10 versus what is Georgia, number 4? Number 10 versus number 4?
Number 4 indeed. 5-1 Bulldogs, 4-2 Texas Longhorns. Obviously, Texas after starting off 0-2, really rebounded, gotten their season back on track. So we'll see who can come out on top. Obviously, a lot of playmakers going around. What do you think it's going to take for Georgia or Texas? What do you think the keys to the game are for both sides?
Okay, the keys for the game. Whoever can control the ball, and less turnovers. That's usually what I've been noticing is being able to control the ball, get points, and have less turnovers.
That's what we saw last week in our primetime game, Oregon, Ohio State. The Buckeyes able to force a couple key turnovers late in the first half. It got them the lead, and they were able to hold that lead going through the rest of the game. So I think we could see a similar thing this week. Obviously, the Longhorns and Georgia both have really high-powered offenses. We've seen Coach K and his offense do it over and over again. And obviously J-Vit too. Georgia in week 1, their primetime game against Clemson, a big-time opponent, just absolutely blew Clemson out. So we know how good these offenses are, but the defense that's going to be able to get those stops on the goal line and force a couple takeaways is going to put them in a good spot to win the game here.
Playing home is an advantage too.
Yeah, Longhorns at home, so Joey Vitt will have to deal with that crowd noise. Texas, one of the toughest places to play in this game. So the moving routes and all that, a lot of the stuff that you don't really have to deal with in mud, but college football, it can make a big impact.
Yes, that crowd noise. I'll say you may get favorable calls being at home. I'll say I've had to play I've had to play Alabama, and that was tough. That wasn't fun. I've had to play LSU, but they played at home, so that home field advantage can make a huge difference because the calls, audibling, all that type of thing. Your quarterback having better composure. It makes a huge difference playing at home.
Yeah, and while we're waiting for J-Vit here, I'll get into the standings here in the SEC. Number 1 ranked Missouri took their first loss this week, so a big opening here. If you look at the SEC, Florida sitting at 6-1, Missouri sitting at 6-1, Texas at 4-2, Georgia at 5-1, Alabama at 5-1. And then you get my Razorbacks at 5-2. A lot of these teams sort of vying.
I'm undefeated.
I get that. I'm saying a lot of teams are vying for that second seed in the SEC to try to get into the title game, right? But you could get upset. You could fall out of it entirely.
I play Missouri.
So
I play Missouri. I play Texas A&M. It's a possibility.
Yeah. A&M obviously not an easy game, and Mizzou starting off being the number 1 overall seed. I don't think anyone would have expected that out of Missouri coming into this week. So they fall to the CPU this week, but can they get their season back on track next week? I think there's a good chance of it, right? We'll see.
So.
I think you and Mizzou, that's on primetime, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it.
It'll that'll be a fun game to try to watch, right? So a lot on the line here for Texas and Georgia. The loser has their chances of getting into that SEC title game greatly hampered. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey,
Michigan's
I'll
gonna
say
be
this:
one.
we don't know. We don't know what can happen.
yeah.
You know,
Here we
Missouri could lose another one before they play me, or or they could beat me, upset me, and we don't know. We don't know
Yeah.
what can happen. Who's going to be number one this week is going to be the main question because we've had upsets after upsets. There's
Oh,
very few teams that are undefeated.
I was just
Who's
looking at.
undefeated so far?
I was just looking into that. The number one seed has gotten upset the last 3 weeks, right? So I
Yeah.
would have to assume that JCAM and the Michigan Wolverines are going to be the number one seed. If that doesn't happen, oh geez, a desync.
Oh man. Hey, remember what I told you? Remember what I told you when Michigan was still at number 2? I was like, what if Missouri jumps them?
I thought there was no way. I thought there was no chance, but clearly the bye week or something, like the committee, the EA playoff committee has something against the Wolverines. Maybe they're haters of
They are. They are haters.
they're just
Yes,
mad that Michigan was too good last year. So
This is the 4th week in a row too, where the number 1 team has fallen, which is crazy. 4th time.
oh, is it 4 in a
Yeah.
row?
This week is the
Okay,
4th
so
time.
who started it? Okay, so Georgia got beat by Alabama. And
Georgia,
then
Alabama, Ohio State, and now Missouri.
Wow.
wow.
Does that make you worried at all, J-Cam?
Yes, it does.
You think
But
the
go
refs are going to
blue.
be throwing a couple extra flags next week?
The refs can be the MVP of the game. I don't care. Donovan Edwards is running down their throat. I don't even know who I'm playing, to be honest, to be frank with you, but I'm gonna make sure to claw them, scratch, don't lose, lock in. I gotta focus,
Not
check
losing
down
is a
when they're needed. I should be playing at home too, so I'm not too worried about it. But who knows? If the curse continues, the curse continues. See you
yeah.
next.
I mean, maybe Georgia with a win here can jump you and get back into that number 1 overall slot. That would be pretty funny.
That's what we're going to call it, the number 1 curse.
I mean, we're
The number 1 curse.
taking flashbacks. This season for the Coach K Dynasty, just like 2007, where the number 1 overall seed, the number 1 team in the country, they just can't win, right? So here we are. We seem to be underway. Finally, the lag issues have been resolved. So Georgia receiving the kickoff here. We're off. Touchback.
Who's number 11,
Oh, was it the kick returner?
Yeah, the kick returner.
I don't know numbers. Not my kind of thing. But obviously Carson Beck and Trevor Etienne leading the way here for the Bulldogs. 1st and 10. Play action here. Beck will go into the flats. It's caught. 1st down. Nice play to start off this game for the Bulldogs.
I'll say I was expecting Coach K to just play hard on the tight end because I was thinking you could have played them both. At that point, you got to play it hard because look, they're both, in the same vicinity at that point.
Yeah. Oh my. Look at this offensive line. Look at how many stars they have. As Etienne gets the toe, he's breaking tackles past midfield. Another 1st down for the Bulldogs. They start off very well here on offense.
He's been getting that rock 76 times, and Coach K hasn't been far behind, giving his running back Baxter 71 carries.
Another first down. I did honestly just keep going with the ground game. And that's what Joey Vitt will do. He'll get a nice healthy gain of 5 yards here on first down.
He's running smash mouth football. He's saying, hey, I probably got away from this against Alabama, but, I'm going to make sure this running back gets the ball 40 times if I have to.
I'd trust my offensive line too, seeing how good they are, how many star devs or abilities. ETN will get another toe and he'll break a tackle and he almost breaks another one and takes it for the score. But no, it'll just be a gain of 13 and another Bulldog first down.
Man, he's breaking a lot of tackles. I'm gonna say this. You're gonna have to go and play everybody at the run because he's breaking a lot of tackles and you don't want him to break a long one now.
I'd throw in a play action here, maybe. Coach K's probably expecting a run. It'll be a run. The backup Robinson will get the tote, but loss of 2 there. That's when you see the wear and tear. Trevor Etienne has to come out of the game. The backup comes in. Robinson, not nearly as good, doesn't have those abilities, and we see him get tackled behind the line.
You need depth at running back, especially out of every position. Running back is number one because that wear and tear factor is huge.
And here we see another. Here we go with the screens again, just like last week. Gain of 10.
Yeah, that RPO right there. That's what he's coming with. He said, hey, you're going to have to guard everything.
Yeah.
You're going to have to guard the whole 100 yards of the field.
And you hear Coach Joey Vitt yelling to Trevor Etienne on the sideline. He's like, you got your water. You better get back out here. Just the offense so much more deadly when he's on the field. So now we'll see Carson Beck here on 3rd and 2. Last week, the third down conversions were the big story along with the turnovers. So here, first big test, especially on the road. Those routes or whatever Coach Joey Vitt is cooking right now, it's shaking. We get a little zig route here, though, and that pays dividends against that man coverage. Arian Smith for the first down.
As you see right there, he ran multiple routes near each other because he didn't want him to just be able to pick one and run after it. He was like, hey, I'm gonna have multiple routes, so somebody's gonna be open.
Here we get an end around. Little creative play call there. Gain of 5 for the Bulldogs. Getting in the red zone.
Hey, he's coming. He's saying, hey, I'm gonna call all the plays, trait plays. He might call a running back halfback pass out here. He's trying to get in the end zone. Yeah. It's very important.
We'll see them get back to the run here. And ETN stuffed in the backfield. Oh, what a play for the Longhorns to set up a 3rd and long. Number 8, Cole, getting the tackle there for a loss. Beck will come out here, 3rd and 9. It's a big spot. You want to get
playing some really good red zone defense now. You see he's playing that bend not break defense. They talk about that a lot of times. Hey, you may get there, but man,
the pressure gets home. Trey Moore, the sack, and they force the field goal attempt, and that's huge. Not only because you're forcing a field goal, but you're adding 10 yards onto that attempt, and you're kicking on the road. That's a long field goal, right? That's by no means a guarantee. So we'll see if he can get this up and good. It's not straight on, so
go for it.
Oh, and it has the distance just barely. It's good.
He must have a good kicker. He must have a good kicker because it would have been me. I would have probably went for it because that meter moves so fast. He
Going
has to
for
have a
it.
good kicker.
Yeah, going for it on 4th and 19 though. That would have been that's
But hey,
questionable.
if you missed a
But
field goal, you might as well went for it.
that here we see he's already throwing it on conservative. Coach K is not having any of that fumble and bullshit. He We'll see. Longhorns out on offense for their first drive. I think you're happy giving up 3 in your home stadium. He trusts his offense. We know what Coach K can do. He'll go to the air attack here, play action, and he's got the tight end running free over the middle. Ewers gets his first completion of the day.
Man, he threaded the needle. You see what the linebacker stopped running. You seen how the linebacker just stopped running? And he said, hey, thank you.
We saw Coach K. He was reading that. He was reading that linebacker, seeing what he would do. He sat back, and then he said, "I got to get that ball in there." And a great first play for the Longhorns to start off their first drive of the game. Man, this first quarter going by very quickly. 2nd and 8.
20 seconds left. Man, 20 seconds left. Man. Like, I thought, it feels like the game just started.
Yeah, I was like, did he wasn't, obviously he didn't have it on 2 o'clock, but it's almost, that's got to be what Georgia's trying to do, though. Limit the possessions, and I can't blame Joey Vitt for that. In a hostile environment, you don't want to get Coach K the ball super often. As we see the pressure there, Ewers had nowhere to go with it. He's lucky he got that ball away.
Hey, with 3rd down, this week be what matters.
3rd and long too. That's what we saw last week. Just tons of 3rd and long conversions. If I'm Georgia, I might be dialing up some pressure here. We saw it work on 2nd down. Ewers, he'll go to the seam, and it's caught. First down for the Longhorns. Ryan Niblett.
He threw. As soon as he hiked it, I think he was eyeballing him, and he said, "Hey, let me throw this back short of pass."
He was looking into the seam, and sometimes that's all it takes. It's not about the creativity. That was just a simple 4 vertical play call right there, but he was just reading the defense, some cover 3 look here, and when you're playing against cover 3, that's what you want to be doing. You want to be attacking the seams, and the timing on that throw was perfect for Ewers. First down for the Longhorns, and now they'll go to Baxter, and he fights for a gain of 8.
I thought when the play was opening, the play was coming in, I thought he was going to walk into the, end zone, but then the defense was like, hey, no. They came in and, they bloodshedded and everything. Because at the beginning, I'm like, man, this might be 6. Did you see that?
Yeah, and he could have broken a couple tackles too. Baxter's that good. Here we'll see Coach K. He checks it down to Helm, the tight end.
He missed him. You see, he missed Circle. He threw it too quickly because he would have had Circle wide open.
He look at him in the corner of the end zone. Oh man,
you seen him, right?
Yeah, but when you see that free first down, it's hard. It's kind of hard to look down the field when you have that guy open, when you're dialing up a play to a specific player. I mean, that's what separates, when this drive ends, and if it doesn't end with a touchdown for Coach K, we might look back at this moment later on in the game and say, man, you missed that guy. You could have dialed it up to him in the end zone and gotten 6 out of it.
He could have waited one more second, and it could have been a touchdown. Or a millisecond.
Here we see Coach K going to the end around, gain of 4, and sets up another 3rd down.
Hey, what would you do in this position? Would you run it, or would you try to get a short pass?
I mean, obviously Baxter's a great running back, but I don't know if I'd trust him to get 5 yards, especially against this defensive look. That linebacker's there to kind of stuff it if you can break through the initial line. So We'll see Coach K tries going to the out route, incomplete. Probably will set up a field goal attempt, I'd have to imagine. Unless he dialed up a fake here. I don't know. We'll see. 4th and 5. It's up and good. 3-3.
Hey, we have to look. Hey, we have to look at it like, hey, he'd have waited that millisecond. It could be 7-3 right now.
That's a success. It's a successful drive, but it could have been better. It could have been better, and we'll see. We'll see as this game progresses how much of an impact that has. And I think more importantly for both teams, you had a nice sustained drive. You didn't turn the football over. You established your running backs. You had a couple nice plays through the air. I think both teams are happy with where they're at, and now we're going to see Georgia here on their second drive. They kind of stalled out in the red zone. Can they get down to the red zone so easily this second time around? We see some motion. They barely get the playoff. ETN up the gut for 3.
Hey, he's creative. We can say that. He's coming up with creative plays now. Look at all that. All that movement. That's what you have to do. You have to come up and be more creative than your opponent. And, maybe with that creativity, it can lead somebody open.
Yeah.
Or, a big run lane.
We know Coach K has seen standard inside zone plays hundreds of times, right? So how do you get creative? How do you make something that's familiar into something that's new? And that it could have been bursted for a lot more there. He goes back to ETN here on second down, a gain of 5. And do you think Georgia is trying to play to make this the last drive of the half? Are you thinking about the clock here?
I'll say that's possible because this could be a low-scoring game. Because remember, Georgia versus Alabama was low-scoring.
It's kind of crazy because last week there was probably 40 points up on the board by now, and here it's just 3-3 game, 2 drives, and he's trying to make this the last drive. He's letting that play clock roll. Here we see gets the comeback route, a nice third down conversion there for Lovett.
Hey, a question we're gonna have about him is, maybe if he'd have waited that extra second, Circle could have been running down the field possibly.
He was open. That could be an impact. We see a little tap pass here. And a gain of 9. Nice play to keep it on the ground. That's a conservative play call, but it's also a play call that has a lot of upside to it because he makes one cut and that could have been a touchdown, but still get 9 yards out of that.
Why did he should have? It looked like he should have stayed more to the outside.
Yeah, I mean he could have. I mean, looking at the blocks, he honestly could have brought it to the outside and probably got more yards out of that. But
just look at that block. Look at that corner. Yeah, he possibly could have scored in the outside.
He was set up to block for the outside, and Joey Vick cutting that inside, almost like his blocker had to adjust in the moment, and that's where we saw him not get the first out of that. So Beck will go to play action. He's got a man, and it's incomplete. Oh my goodness. He was wide open.
You cannot miss that.
What happened there? It's not even like there was no pressure.
The guy should have walked into the end zone. That could come back to hunt him, man. That could come back to hunt him.
Was it just the timing of the throw, or did Beck just flat out miss that? That's uncharacteristic from
I'm thinking it's the timing.
He'll go to the RPO here, and it's 4th down. Coach K calls timeout, and now it's decision time if you're the Bulldogs.
It's timing. I'll say it's the timing because when you're looking at it, right, he was so open. I think it had to be timing. He might have, missed through it a little bit.
Yeah, and in that moment, you're almost better off just throwing a lob pass. You don't even You don't even
Yeah,
need to like.
I went out through the bullet.
You
The
got
lob
all.
would have been a better pass
So they
because he's
will.
putting that arc on it.
This is a big play. We'll see them go for it here on fourth down. Oh, they change. They're gonna punt it away.
But he put
I
that
don't
arc on it.
I I don't mind the decision to punt, but knowing that Texas gets the ball at half, you're putting a lot of pressure on your defense.
The question you have to ask is if he stops me, he gets the ball at the 40. And he has a chance to chew the clock and worst comes to worst, get another field goal.
And you know Coach K's this is the last drive of the half though. Coach K isn't gonna let you get the ball back with a serious amount of time unless he turns the football over, which we'll see is Ewers. That's risky. That ball could have popped out. Only a gain of 3 on first down for Quinn Ewers.
The Georgia D line is something serious.
I mean, their whole team, they're just stacked. Offensive line, defense. They got superstars everywhere. He'll check
Coach
K. He'll check
so
it down.
did you see what I was seeing?
I don't know if I saw.
Did you not see Bun?
Was he open down the field?
I would have been close to taking that shot because he beat the guy easily off the line of scrimmage.
Ooh, I didn't catch that. I was kind of just seeing the first down.
If it had been a
open up in
streak,
the
it'd have been a
flat.
guaranteed touchdown.
I think that's what Coach K doing a lot of conservative play calls, and I don't necessarily mind it, but you do have elite receivers, so you got to dial up a shot play at some point here.
You have to throw that deep to Bond at least once.
He does put Bond on a streak. Maybe he noticed that, and it's batted away at the last second. And
I thought that
third
was
and 8. Oh, look at he had a step on him. He had a step and a half. How did he get a hand on that? Just slightly
I thought it was a touchdown.
Slightly underthrown ball there from Ewers, but he'll check it down to Baxter here on third down. Just a great read there by Coach K.
What is your throw power? What's his throw power? Because if he would have had another quarterback, that should have been a touchdown. He had to step. He just had. You put that arc over it. That should have been 6.
I'll pull up his throw power here as we get set up for another first down play. Ewers going to the comeback route. It's caught. Gain of 8. Quinn Ewers has a throw power of 93. His backup, Arch Manning, has a throw power of 95. So maybe that 2 throw power was the difference.
Yeah, because you would have took that shot too, and it looked like he was open.
He had a step on him. Of course, I'm taking that shot. I think that's a touchdown. When I see the separation there that he had, I have to believe that that's going to get converted. And Georgia, very fortunate to have that corner make that play on the ball. It wasn't even a click off. Oh, he had that number 8 on the right hand side. He could have gotten a touchdown there, but still a good play to get the first.
You seen the tight end? Okay.
Yeah, Niblet. Yeah, he had Niblet there deeper down the field. He'll get it to Niblet here.
That was who I would have threw it to. That tight end.
There's a Niblack and there's a Niblet. Oh man.
Yeah, I'll say you had to go with the tight end because he had that step.
He had more than a step. He was social distancing on that play.
I'm saying, like, I would have. I'm saying some of these passes, you miss 1 or 2, that can make a difference between you winning and maybe losing or tying or whatever.
Yeah. Here we see Coach K here on 2nd and 1, and it's picked off a user lurk for the Bulldogs, and it's 1st and 10 for that offense once again. Man, oh man, that's just a great play by Joey Vitt's user.
Man, the underthrow might come back to hunt him. The underthrow, or him hitting the tight end.
We know Coach K loves going to that halfback ankle route. Joey Vitt, watching the film, he knows what Coach K likes to do, and he jumped in front of that route. So Georgia offense with the chance here. Can they get a field goal up on the board here to close out this half, or a touchdown? Because there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of blown coverages, and the offenses haven't taken advantage of that yet. So can we see some kind of shot play hit here for the first touchdown of this game? Or will this continue to be a defensive battle? Here we'll see.
Hey, SEC football, man. Defensive battles.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach K had missed his quarterback misfired. He didn't put enough air under it for a touchdown, and Joey V. He had a touchdown with his receiver, but his quarterback overthrew him.
Yeah, that one by Joey Vitt, he was so open. That will. Can he get to the first down marker? He will. That's huge because the clock rules in this game. If he gets tackled short, then that's a big difference. So he'll get up to the line with around 12 seconds left. You got to try to hit this. Call hike. What are you doing? Call hike. Oh, with 5 seconds left, he called. Oh man. He could have attacked the sideline, gotten out of bounds.
That's a hard field goal. That's a hard field goal.
He could have attacked this. But if you're on the 40-yard line here, he could have tried attacking the sideline, gotten out of bounds at like the 25-yard line. He made a 40-yarder the last time, so he could have done it.
This is a 57. So at that point,
I
would have took a shot. At least take a shot.
A tap pass. I don't know why you wouldn't just throw a Hail Mary there. Try to give your receivers a chance, but that'll take us to the half.
Are hard to convert. They're really hard to convert. I would at least try to run the ball and hope that my blocking,
Yeah, easier to convert than a freaking jet sweep 40 yards out, though. I'd have to.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, so no touchdowns. This is definitely the polar opposite to last week. A lot of defense and a lot of missed opportunities by these offenses to find this first half.
Last week, they scored more points in one quarter than we see this whole game so far.
Yeah. So we'll see Ewers. He'll hand it off to Baxter out of the power set. No gain. 2nd and 10. The defense, once again, for the Bulldogs stepping up. Now 2nd and 10. Ewers setting up some audibles at the line here. He'll try getting it to the out route, and it's caught. Bond. First down, Longhorns.
I thought he, at the beginning, threw it out of bounds. Looking at those arrows, I was like, oh, man, he missed the easy one, but Bond came back and made that catch.
And it does help. It does help only needing to get the 1 foot in. If you're trying to get 2 feet in, maybe that kind of throw changes if you're playing Madden. But knowing you only need to get 1 foot in, Bond, superstar receiver, he's gonna get a foot down. But that's just one first down, and there's a lot.
Years just took. Coach K was listening to us with that play action, and he tried to go deep to the tight end.
Here, what the? Oh man, what is that play? I have never seen that in my life.
That play. Oh, you got to take your quarterback out. You have to.
Severe.
You see what he's already doing?
He sees 90. Look at it. Look at all the
Minus
stats.
18 speed. Minus 18 throw power.
By one hit, Arch Manning getting inserted.
Hey, Arch, this game is yours, man. You have to come back and win it for the team.
And Arch, he does have that extra throw power, so maybe that can provide a spark for the Longhorns, who Coach K is so well known for the creative offensive play calls off meta, but Georgia's done a good job of stuffing him early in this game. But can he stop the new quarterback? Let's look at these. Minus 19 throw accuracy, minus 19. I don't know if it's worth it to call that. I don't know if the play even was supposed to work like that.
It looked like a reverse.
It's just questionable. But Arch, he'll get used to this game by just taking the snap and handing it off to the starting first down for Texas.
Hey, as you see, that's why it's risky to run the ball. I don't like to run those speed options because a lot of times for you to pitch it, your quarterback has to take a big hit.
Just one hit. That's all it'll take. Ewers got knocked out of the game just like that.
Yeah. Just one hit, so you have to be very careful. You can't run a lot of, like I said, I don't run a lot of speed options, because if you run that speed option and he takes a hit, your quarterback is done.
All right, 2nd and 7. Coach K dialing up some play action here. And it's well covered, but he'll hit the tight end out of. How'd he get open there? Helm had 2 guys on him. How'd they let him get open?
The tight end got creative.
The linebacker, the CPU linebacker, just stopped for a second. That's bad luck for the Bulldogs, because he had that play covered well. But Coach K, and now he'll throw it over you saw what I saw, that he had a receiver right farther down the field, but
yeah, RB.
I don't know why he didn't just throw it to RB. He threw it to Niblick, but a gain of 7. Ooh, this is an RPO formation. Okay. It'll be a first down. Another Longhorn first down. Matthew Golden getting his first catch of the game. Manning coming out in the pistol. He's throwing the slant route to Bond.
Great pass on that one.
Oh, severe. Look at Bond. You need to take him out. Minus 10 speed there for Bond. Minus 17 catching, I think that said. Minus 10 speed. Off of that one hit. Oh, my goodness. Now it'll be Baxter once again. Gain of 2. Yeah, look at this. Baxter, minus 10 speed for Baxter. Oh, Jesus.
Like, his whole team is getting injured. Like, his whole team. You gotta put a new wide receiver, a new quarterback, and a new running back. Man, you gotta take Baxter out.
And they're your studs too, like Bond and Baxter and Ewers. That's the guys before this game. You're saying if we're winning, it's because of them. Is Coach K gets the first touchdown of the game for the Longhorns. The tie is broken. 6 on the board. Niblick.
Niblick.
Niblick getting the score here. And the PAT up and good. A
Great
long
play,
drive of
He showed patience on that play. Remember, we questioned that RB, but he showed patience on that play and hit the tight end underneath for the touchdown.
So there, that's a terrific drive to open this half for Texas. That's where we saw the defense. Georgia bended, they bent, and then they finally snapped. It broke, and we'll see, especially because this crowd, that stadium pulse for the Longhorns, it's through the roof, and the routes are shaking or whatever Georgia's trying to dial up here. It's 10 times harder with that crowd noise.
Look at that toughness rank, the 11th toughest place to play.
So Georgia, they'll just set up a nice little rubber out here. Get a completion for Beck to start off this drive, a gain of 3. He'll come back out here, 2nd and 7. Man, that stadium pulse. Look at it. This crowd noise. Beck, he'll get it underneath to Etienne, and he coughs it up.
Man.
And it's picked up.
Huge. That could have been huge right there. He fumbled, and if Texas would have got that, that would have been huge.
Man, I
Georgia
wonder what.
Their lucky stars.
And he goes to the RPO. He throws it. Maybe should have ran it. I really wonder what Etienne's wear and tear is looking like, because after that massive hit, he's got to be struggling right now.
He's at least yellow after that hit. He might be red, but he's at least yellow because that was a hard hit.
Fortunate
Coach
though.
K, it looks like Coach K is getting catching on to those RPOs.
Yeah, Georgia, they definitely kept a pretty conservative play calling approach, but the one time they did go deep, it was there. And it's picked off. The user work by Coach K, and the Longhorns have it once again.
Who was that? Was that the linebacker? The D tackle. He picked it off with the D tackle.
45 for the Longhorns.
Oh, wow. He picked him off with a D tackle. Man, oh, man. I don't know what to say if I'm Georgia at that point.
That's Burt Auburn, I believe. So now 2nd and 9. Coach K, I think you got to start worrying about the clock, because I'm not worried about getting a touchdown here. I'm worried about chewing clock, getting some first downs, and getting a field goal up through the posts at the very least. You don't want to turn the football over here, and you need to make sure that you're not really going out of bounds all that much. I would just run the clock, get this into the 4th quarter, and after that, whatever, he'll snap it, and he has the man. He had him open down the seam for that split second, but it'll fall incomplete, and I think Coach K will have to punt.
If you're Coach K, you have to make sure you take your running back out.
Oh, he's going for the field goal here. Interesting call. I don't know if this has the leg. Will it? It will.
Oh, man, he made it.
He's got one of the best kickers. That was, a 57-yarder?
Yeah.
He didn't even get I thought once he didn't get the max power on it, I thought there was no way. I thought it was going to be short.
We both thought that, because I was like, man, this is short. But, hey, he got one of the best kickers in the game at that point.
And it's especially huge to get to kick from the center of the field. So we saw.
I'm gonna say, what would you do if you're Georgia? You have to get the ball, and you have to hurry up and score, because Coach K is going to try to, milk the clock. If you're Joey V, you have to you have to hurry up and score because you know Coach K is going to try to milk the clock. And if you at least can hold them to a field goal, you should be okay.
You can't be running any more of those RPOs. You have to be calling passes that can get your team down the field. And whether that'll work or not, who knows? But you got to give yourself the chance to put yourself in a position where you have enough time to be able to win. We saw Oregon last week. They chewed up too much of the clock in the fourth quarter. They had to go for the onside kick, and then they didn't get it, and the game was over just like that. So we see is Georgia. You can't just be playing with a normal offense here. You can run the ball, but you need to be going for chunk plays. But man, this Longhorn pressure.
Man, that defensive end trade with the Hall of Fame quick jump and Hall of Fame pocket disruptor. Oh my goodness! Look at how quick he's firing off that ball. You might have to double team him, or you might have to just get the ball out quickly. I will put my left tackle at right tackle because there's your best chance of blocking him. Because look at him just firing off the ball.
It was so fast. If your right tackle's getting beat like that, then you're going to have a tough time trying to win. Georgia will set themselves up here for fourth down, throwing it underneath.
You see double teamed them like I recommended.
All right, 4th and 4 for the Bulldogs. It might be it if he can't get this first down conversion here. Can the Longhorn defense come up big once again?
Coach K making his adjustments. He's like, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. I wonder what's going on with Joey V.
You got to get this snap off. You're just letting the clock tick. He's back to pass, and he's got the crossers going over the middle, and it's batted away. Oh, he should have just waited a second longer, and he would have been open.
And he couldn't.
But the pressure. You're right. The pressure coming off the side. He had no time left. I was looking down the field. I wasn't even looking at the pressure. But man, he was out of time, and that's where we see having
Coach K needs to take that running back out. He needs to take that running back out. He takes one big hit.
Oh, he's injured.
Hey, remember what I told you? You got to take him. You see? Remember I was saying you got to take him out.
Oh my goodness, -17. You gotta. I mean, Blue is a good backup, power back.
Yeah, Coach K, he's listening to us. He's like, look, I need to take him out. I'm not gonna get him injured. I'm gonna need him the rest of the season.
If I'm the Longhorns, I kid you not, I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna run it 2 more times.
I'm running 2 clock right here.
I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna run it 2 more times. And if I get the first, I get the first, and if I don't, I'm gonna kick my field goal because your offense has not been able to beat my defense. So, Bond.
Remember, we told him to take Bond out too, and he had Bond in there.
Third and 7. So I would just keep chewing that clock. Oh, and the other thing about these injury timeouts is that look at the clock.
Oh man,
the clock is stopped. This is huge.
Georgia's getting. They're getting a time. They're getting timeouts.
They still have all 3 of their timeouts, and the clock. Both plays has stopped. That's a full 80 seconds.
At least. At least if he'd have had him out and ran it with other people, he probably would have had it down to 2 minutes or something right now.
So now you gotta try to put the ball in the air, or we'll see Coach K. He'll audible to the run. He'll trust his defense. He'll get a gain of 2. Bond, he's done. He's done for the game.
Hey, I would have played aggressive at that point and tried to get a touchdown because I knew. Well, now I would have kicked a field goal now, but I would have played aggressive and tried to
Ooh,
score a touchdown because you get a touchdown, the game's over. The game's
he's
over. You get a
he's
touchdown.
going. He's going for it. I don't know
He's
if
feeling confident. He's feeling confident. He's like, hey, I've been beating you whole game. My defense been shutting you down. Let me take a chance.
I don't mind the play call, but then again, that a field goal versus a touchdown, a field goal's a lot easier to get. So we'll see the user play, and it's batted away at the last second by Bondin.
I would have been aggressive on third and then on fourth down. I'd have just kicked the field goal because you make it 16-3, so you're up 13 instead of up only 10. Hey, if that comes back, that could be huge right there.
All right, Joey, you don't got the time for none of this power set stuff. You got to come out in here and shotgun, and I don't know why he's running it here. You don't got time for that. You got to score twice, and now you're stuck in this freaking power set. What are you going to be able to do in the passing game out of this set?
With that defensive end firing off the line of scrimmage.
You got to get in the gun. You gotta run plays where your running back is on the right hand side, and you can let him block, right? And there you go. That's where you got to trust that your left hand side of the O line can hold up. We'll see Beck. He'll scramble out of this, and he'll just throw it out of bounds. I questionable play calls there by the Bulldogs. You don't got the time to be coming out in power running sets. You got to come out in shotgun. Put your running.
Hey, I would have came out. You could come out and foul wide. You got to come out and foul,
Yeah.
or how to running back block, but you have to do something else. You can't just be trying to run the ball with 2 minutes left.
So here,
3 minutes left. You need 2 scores.
Will he let the running back? Will he make the running back block? That I think no. It'll come out in a route, and will it? It almost was costly. It was costly. It's a fourth down. I mean, the pressure was screaming off the edge. He ran out of time on that play. 4th and 1, and can he convert? He'll go to the run, and Coach K, he read it all the way, but he just misses that user play there. Oh, you had it.
Yeah. He's like, hey, you ran it enough. I know it's coming.
But there we go. Finally, Georgia takes a shot down the field, and it connects. And that's what they should have been doing more. Because
hey, I'm gonna say this. As the user at that play, you got to try to bait him. I'll say it's a hard thing to do, but you got to try to bait him. You know he's gonna probably go to the deeper throw, so you act like you're gonna run with the running back, and you run as fast as you can to that wide receiver, because you know that he has to throw it deep, because you look at it like this. Worst kind of worst, he gets 5 yards with a running back. He gets his receiver that's 10 or 15. So at that point, you just got to take the chance with the running back.
Especially because if you're getting tackled in bounds before the first down, the clock ticks. So who really cares if you're giving up 8 yards? The clock is ticking. We see it's already under 2 minutes. That Coach K guards that zig route very nicely. He had it read all the way, and Beck just has to throw it away there.
He's getting used to the tendencies of Georgia.
It's adaptability. That's what smart players do. So now 2nd and 10 here for the Bulldogs. I mean, you need a field goal and a touchdown, so you got to question if you end up getting to a 4th down, we'll see a decision if it's time to just put up the field goal. And I don't know, you don't got time to run it here or run RPOs. You can't be running RPOs right now. You got 2 minutes left.
If you play it right, you could get 2 touchdowns. But the fact that it's 1 minute left, you started a ball. He got the ball with what, 3 minutes left?
3:30. He got it with 3:30, and he's already used 2 minutes. and the clock it's still ticking, right? Like those 3 timeouts are getting useless very quick because you're scoring with a minute left. A tap pass. I don't know why you're running tap passes here. It's just
I don't know what's going on with Joey V. He probably he.
I mean, look,
I don't know if he lost confidence
I
in
like
his team.
I like the drive, but not at this point in the game.
He has no timeout left either.
No, he has time. He has all 3. He has all 3 timeouts.
Oh,
But
that was Coach K calling the timeout? Okay.
yeah, that was he called a defensive timeout, which
Okay, I was like, hold on, he got what? No timeouts either. I'm like, man, like, how you gonna win this game?
yeah, no. But at that point, you're almost putting yourself in a position where you have to go for the onside kick because you don't have the time to. Because Coach K, who cares if you have 3 timeouts? You still got to wait out Coach K running 3 plays, right? That's probably 20 seconds off the clock right there. So really, if you think about it, along with the kickoff and Georgia scoring the touchdown, they might have 30 seconds of actual time to create like a final drive. So they got to score.
And people are gonna play deep down the field. They're not gonna let you throw it deep.
Coach K is just going to punt it away. He's going to stick you at your 30-yard line. He's going to say, all right, I'm calling man out 3 deep. Good luck. Good luck. If you win, you win. As here we see the pressure once again. Beck will just barely get it out of bounds. Will Georgia send out the field goal unit here?
Hey, that defensive end that Coach K has is a problem. Look at how quickly he's getting in.
They'll send out the field goal unit. I like it because you got to score twice. You don't want to end the game. Oh, he misses the field goal. He missed.
Yeah, I told you it's hard to kick it without that crowd noise. That's why if you're the away team, you have to get ahead. You seen as Ohio State got ahead of Oregon and it made it an easier game. You have to get ahead of the home team.
Man, that's a 33-yarder, but also it just shows the difference as that'll end the game pretty much. Getting that first down, Coach K will throw on the 2 clock.
He needs to take out Vaughn. He's gonna nail it.
He's just gonna kneel it. We'll see if Joey Vitt will call his timeouts here, but a very interesting game. A lot of defense, a lot of questionable play calling, and a lot of missed opportunities. I think for both sides, this could have been a much higher scoring game. Kind of sloppy play for both teams. They'll look at the film. They'll have work to do going into future weeks if they want to take the SEC crown.
Yeah, Joey V, man, this loss is tough. This loss is tough because he still has a hard schedule. They're playing in the SEC. This isn't the ACC. Well, the ACC is still tough. This isn't, the American Conference or anything. This is the SEC. It's a Power 5 conference.
I mean,
if I'm Coach K, I'm letting it run down to run down to 4 seconds. Heck, matter of fact,
I'll take the delay of game. I'll take the freaking
and
penalty.
then I'll kick out of bounds. And so that's the end of the game.
I'll do the Coach K specialty, and I'll go trot my offense out there, and I'll run a 5-second play, and I'll just throw it out of bounds, and then the game's over, right? But
that's what you should do. I'll take the penalty. You take the penalty right here.
It don't really. He'll take the timeout. It don't really matter. I mean, this game
just throw it out of just throw it away.
It's a formality. Like it's just a question of how do you want to end? He'll end it punting this ball away. It'll sky punt and zeros on the clock.
Yeah.
The Longhorns get a big win over number 4 Georgia in a defensive battle. Little sloppy game, but for the Longhorns, it's a W, and I'm sure that's what they care about.
the most. That's all that matters is getting a win.
What's up, boys?
Hey, if it's a 3-0, what's up?
Dude, man, I gotta say, Joe V, dude, he lurked me hard in that first half, and his 2 defensive battles, man. SEC. I mean, I knew it was gonna be tough, but I'll admit, dude, the home field is the best part of this game. He missed a field goal, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I know people watching in the chat, the commentators, I'll probably watch it to see your guys' thoughts. The reason why I went for it on 4th and 5, I knew that you can't kick at my stadium with the crowd in the face. So really, let's just face it, 13-3, 16-3, it's almost the same score. You're going to need 2 touchdowns either way because you're not kicking in my stadium. So I went for it to end the game right then and there, lower my wear and tear on my defense, and that was my decision. I didn't get it. Great user by Joe, but I mean, this game definitely came down to just, cat and mouse game, and I mean, this is it. I mean, it's going to be tough.
Hey, Coach K, we're going to ask your thoughts. So we seen Isaiah Bond was running wide open and your quarterback underthrew him. How mad were you when that happened?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure if I freeformed it exactly. Also, if you bullet that versus lob, there is a chance for the corner to catch up. I don't think I freeformed it properly. I'll go back and look at it slow-mo. I think I just did a normal LS up. That's something that's probably my fault. I know I missed some reads in the deep corner routes in the first half. Honestly, getting rid of the ball quick. Georgia has a great.
You missed that tight end. You missed
I sure as hell did. And I'm hey,
we're talking about it. We're like, you missed the tight end.
Dude, Elvis, I appreciate it, man. I'll see you hopefully later in the year. But dude, the thing I'll say, man, is I'll be dead honest, dude. When I kicked that field goal, I knew you were gonna say it. And I by the way, I had my headphones in, like listening to like music and like blooming you guys out because it's kind of hard to play your own game while you're commentating whatever and you're hearing it whatever. But when I heard that first drive, when that field goal went up and I was kicking off on defense, when I heard Money Man say, it goes back to that pass. If it's that millisecond, I was actually laughing my ass off. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, circle. Yeah, I remember that circle. If you would have waited that 1 second, or the 1 millisecond, he would have broke open because the guy ran right to your guy underneath.
Yep. Dude, Joe V's in the chat. Yeah, GG, Joe. I mean, dude, really, if you were home, you would have won that matchup because maybe I would have took more deep shots, whatever. I mean, really, Joe couldn't really do anything. I mean, Trey Moore, I think he's going to go pro. Unfortunately, he's not a senior, though. He's a junior. He's the best. Like, he's top tier in the league. He has platinum quick jump and platinum disruptor or something like that. Like,
best defensive player on the game, it looks like.
I mean, Trey Moore's insane. I mean, say it again.
He wrecked the game.
Dude, he did. I mean, like, the whole pass rush, like, my DTs are my weakness, trying to get some 3-4-star recruits and all that stuff. But, dude, the thing is remember, this is a small victory on the, chessboard. But at the end of the day, dude, we got a long way to go. Georgia's not out. Joe's not out. Even if somehow he chokes and he somehow does not make the top 12, at the end of the day, he has one of the best recruitment classes. So next year, he'll be right back there. Whereas my recruitment class is not as good. Also, dude, that play was glitched. I lost my star quarterback because, like, you guys see that? It was supposed to be an end around.
Yeah.
So
we were talking about it. We're like, what happened?
Yeah,
I was like,
it was a glitch. Like, so if you go back slow mo, I got my court. Now he's not out. I hope he's not out. I mean, I saw Isaiah Bond was hurt. We'll see if he's week to week here. But all I know is that fourth quarter, I got lucky. It wasn't like second or third quarter, but lost my quarterback. But there it is. Depth matters. Arch Manning touchdown pass underneath there to tight end in the black. Honestly, dude, it was a great game. And it was a much needed win. Home field matters so much in these games. And I think having a lead early helps. He made the field goal. That's what made no sense to me. Well, maybe the crowd was in it more in the fourth, but he missed a field goal.
No, it was the same. Like, I don't know if you've seen one of my games, but I was kicking it against somebody, and the meter was moving so fast, I said, forget it, I'm going for it.
Yeah, dude. But here's what I'll say, dude. Money Man, I don't think I'm going to be there. We'll see. But all I know is I'm busting my ass off. I'm hoping that Joe loses another game. I'm hoping Pat loses again. Whatever. I got to beat Brett. I got to beat the Gators myself. I want to see you in that SEC championship. I don't care. Dude, I don't know how it's going to happen, but I want that top 4 seed. I was 0-2.
However,
go ahead.
Here's what's huge about where you're at. What matters in terms of getting into the SEC title game is your record in conference play, right? These non-conference losses matter a lot less than losses to fellow SEC teams.
That is true.
So
I'm undefeated.
You're undefeated in the SEC, right? So that sets you up in a great spot to, if you can beat my Razorbacks and you got matchups against Florida and A&M, but you set yourself up in a good spot to be able to get yourself there and, potentially face Money Man or Mizzou or...
He needs help, though, because... Mizzou has lost. Like, I'm 5-0 right now in the conference, but Mizzou has lost. So I'll say if, depending on what happens between our game, that game should possibly determine the SEC between me and him.
Yeah, I mean, so let me explain why it matters. At this point, I'll admit, Georgia and Michigan were my 2 hardest games. Why? Michigan, top 10 team, on the road, home field, Donovan Edwards, period. Will Johnson, period. Georgia, top ranked team in the league overall wise. However, I was home, kind of offset. I would rather be home. Definitely more bailout for me, Joe V. If I was on the road, I think I'd lose that game, maybe even get killed. Home. Now, here's why I like it, though. And Joe V said in the chat, right? Home field should matter. That I've won that for numerous years. Madden's missing this. If you're on the road as a wild card team in the franchise, it should feel like that. It should not be like, haha, I'm better than you, I'm just gonna beat you. Make them earn it more. Do you guys agree, disagree, or why?
I agree.
I love
make the
home
seeding matter
field.
because that makes the regular season matter, and that's why I'm busting my ass off right now to try to get a top 4 seed or be a seed 5, 6, 7, 8. Seeds 5 through 8 are actually home for the playoff game. So Brett, even if you somehow sneak in at 12, or if Florida, Elvis, if you're there, bro, if your seeds 9 through 12, you are actually on the road in the first round. It's a home game. And then once you go to the Elite 8 in the college football playoff, you go from 12 to 8 and then 8 to 4-2. The 8-4-2 is a neutral site. So you have to earn your right to be at that neutral site. I'm going to say it. I goddamn do not want to be on the road as a seed 12, 11. I mean, you're in, bless you. But at the end of the day, you gotta bust your ass off to get that top 8 seed.
I feel a bit disrespected. You saying you got your hardest games out of the way?
Oh, all right, Brett.
You still gotta make a trip to Fayetteville, Arkansas.
I know, I fucking do. I know, I do. It sucks, dude. I mean, I'll still, dude, getting this win though really helped me. My team confidence 5 in a row for me. I mean, this is it, man. We got to play Vanderbilt in a bye, so Vanderbilt CPU. It's on the road though, right? Home field advantage, but hopefully I can have 2 weeks off there. And for me, I'm seeing the big picture. It's kind of nice to be. I mean, this is kind of cringe. But having a bye week on a weekend sim, right? So this weekend I can really focus in, do my recruitment, whatever, but I can focus in on Mutt, right? Mutt, franchise. But look at this shit, bro. I got to play at A&M, at Arkansas. Okay, Arkansas upsets some major teams. They're 5-2 too. How about Florida, right? Has a Heisman quarterback candidate. So understand that beating Oklahoma and Georgia, wow. But at the end of the day, I got a lot of work to do still. So this is nowhere near done.
That's what makes college football fun, and what I would say might be a bit better than what we'll see in the CKFL Madden franchise is that every game in the college football matters. Like
It does.
Every
There's
all
like
the,
4
all
less
12
games.
you
There's
play,
there's 4 to 5 less games. Only 12 make playoffs, not 14.
Yeah. And you gotta be one of the best, and you can't slip up against the CPU. That's what I did, and that's what you did. And later on, we might be kicking ourselves because we slipped up against the CPU, and it's tough. But the best of players, Moneyman's hasn't lost to the CPU, and
now I'm gonna say something right now, and I'm not sure if the NFL is way easier in terms of like who gets the 4 seed, who gets whatever, like for playoff seeding. How I think it's gonna go is you actually might like the 5 seed might not be that bad if you don't win your conference. So let's say Moneyman just wins it all, right? He wins the SEC, never loses a game. Even if I play him in the SEC championship, if he has no losses and I still have 2, I don't know if I win I mean, it is the SEC championship, but do you guys think I would actually get the bye then and win the SEC, even though I would have 2 losses, he would have 1?
I think if I'm on a college football, like if I'm on the ranking team, then I would give Moneyman the bye, the 1 seed or whatever, because it's about the body of work that you put in. But I could also see the head-to-head mattering more, right? Like if you beat a team head-to-head, if you beat a team head-to-head, that's hard to ignore.
It is.
I would.
True. That's
I'm
true,
not,
but body of work. I had to play Alabama, LSU now.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, I think you do deserve it, Moneyman. I mean, I gotta hope you have 1 loss at least. But see, here's where it comes in, though, right? If you go undefeated, you are. I mean, even if you have 1 loss, depending on how does JCam have to play OSU and Oregon both, or just OSU?
Yes, and he has to play USC too.
So wait, hold on, Oregon and OSU?
Yeah.
And USC.
So I think Utah may get away with it, okay? Utah or South Carolina, I think if I put my money on it, they are favored for the 1 seed if they just do their job, right? And continue the course of action. If I cannot...
I don't know, because I got to play in the SEC championship.
You're right.
There's no guarantee.
You're right. But look, here's why it matters, right? People have to understand, I like, do you guys think that it's reseeded, or is it like baseball, Brett, where it's not reseeded? Like, for example, if 5 plays 12 in the playoff, the winner of that game, are they going to play like no matter what the 1 seed, or is it going to be like reseeded like NFL? Because NFL is the best. If you have the best seed, you should play the lowest seed remaining. It's common sense.
The college football. Here's what I just Googled it. There is
They just
no reseeding.
Oh my God, no reseeding. So what that means then, if there's no reseeding, what that means is if 5 plays 12, no matter what, they are playing the 4 seed. So because they are banking on the 5 seed winning, and then 5 would play 4. And then so really, wow. So the 5 seed's gorgeous. The 5 seed's actually not that bad at all, because I think the 4 seed is going to be like a Florida State, or it's going to be like the winner of the ACC, right? And I think that's going to be a weaker team than obviously SEC, Big Ten, or Utah. So if I get the 5 seed, that could be actually one of the easier paths. I mean, obviously, if you have a seed, that's awesome. If you have the 1 seed, you may get effed. I'm telling you may get effed. We may see Alabama. I mean, Moneyman, please listen to this, bro. If you're the number 1 seed, Georgia lost, right? Alabama's right there, right? If they have somehow 7 or 8, or I'm sorry, the worst, 8 or 9, if you're the 1 seed, you will play the winner of 8-9 no matter what. So what if you had the 1 seed and you're like, holy shit, in round 2, I gotta play the winner of Alabama, Pat Bateman, or Joe B. Georgia?
I hate to interrupt, but me and Alabama were just playing. We just DC. Are we allowed to replay it, or
Oh,
Yeah,
hey, you're good.
We were, because we were in the
He was
third
kicking
quarter.
my
I was up. Yeah, I was up 42-19 in the 2 minutes.
That's
left
a
in the
forced
third
win.
quarter.
That's a forced win, gentlemen. Thanks so much. And you know what?
All right.
Hey, that's why it's on stream, right? Boom.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. I was wondering, how much because I was looking in the rule. I was trying to find it. How much up do you have to be to chew clock? Is it 28?
I mean, I guess we could use your own discretion. Really, like there is a rule, but like just don't do it like in the first half unless you're up by big. Like if you're if you're up by like 10 and it's like quarter 2 and like if there's like a minute left or like 2 minutes left, fine, chew clock, end the half, whatever. But if there's like 4 minutes left in the half and like you're chewing clock and it's second quarter, it's kind of weird to me.
To be fair, though, that was me. I when I played LSU this week, that was a big part of how I upset them. I threw 2 clock on in the third quarter. I had a touchdown lead, and I trusted my running backs. And I think it's like if you're winning at any point in the game, you can throw it on. So, it's a big part. Clock management. That's.
Yeah, dude. To be fair, I'll be dead honest, and Pat, I'm not sure how much you saw that game because you were playing. Oh wait, no, that's Phil Swift, dude. Oh my God, you got Pat Bateman. You have his. I think he has the same profile photo, just Alabama. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm a huge Bama fan, so I'm really happy.
Wow. Well, I'm happy too because Saban left. Oh, yeah. I'm kidding.
Oh.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. All right, I gotta spin the wheel here for who's joined the league here, chat. But dude, the one thing I'll say, man, is he loves ETN. He was running the ball. Now, to be fair, his routes were probably moving like crazy and whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm telling you right now, I've noticed that Pat Bateman, he loves running backs. I know he loves ETN. He loves a lot of motion shit. Underneath jet passes. He does not like to go deep that much. Neither do I. Neither do I. I can go deep with Isaiah Bond, whatever. But I feel like really you gotta that's how you beat these teams. That you gotta play smart football, and we did it. We did it tonight.
Yeah.
You know what the funny thing is? I didn't know it was a forced win. But now I do know. I was literally in my chat saying, I hope this DC so I get a second chance. But, he was kicking my ass, so I deserve them. It should be a forced win. But I just thought that was funny.
Hey, in another league I played in, the rule was that you just restarted the game with the final score, what the score was.
Yeah, you can do that, but keep in mind, force winning, you might get less stats, but at the end of the day, dude, depending on what the score is, the exact score, whatever. It could be I could be like 20 plus minutes to do that. I say just All right, here we go.
Yeah,
the spin wheel.
Are we good?
Yeah, you guys are
sim?
good. We have it right here, supposedly for the Dynasty League. Milo, we'll see if he's active or not. Milo is in the league. I do not know if I have to spin it twice though. For who's in the league, I think we're good. So there you go. Hopefully Cam saw that. Milo. Yeah. Guys, overall, that's it. We really appreciate you guys for being in the stream. We're playing Mutt later tonight for a little bit, right? At least like an hour and a half again, whatever. So I'll see you guys later. Take care. We're going to go from there. Overall, it's going to be a great finish. 12 teams, very competitive. If I would have lost there, I would have been on death row. Now I have a little bit more breathing room, but it's not much. I'm hoping.
Get your hopes up.
Funny, Brett. All I know is that franchise will be the same way. So what's happening for the team draft? Franchise JD, I already have franchise set. So what's happening for franchises? I'm right now getting some loose ends in, making sure everyone's aware. I'll start sending DMs on Thursday, Friday, confirmation, and then probably Friday into Saturday will be the team draft. What's going to happen for the team draft is we have 32 hopefully active users, right? I spin the wheel on a live stream real quick, right? Or whatever. And whatever that draft order is, you have to pick your team before the next pick. I don't care if you take 4 hours to pick your team. Like, if they're going to be inactive for more than 7, 8 hours, you could be kicked from the league, right? Why am I doing that? Because what if Moneyman's not in the league right now, but like Brett, what if I want to avoid Joe V or Pat Bateman, or what if I want to avoid someone? And let's say Brett Cott, you have the pick after me. I'm gonna say I'm not gonna pick my team yet because I want to make sure I'm not in your division. Like, you can't do that. So you can't try to avoid people. I hope I didn't give ideas to people, but I know that if you were extremely intelligent, you would try to do that. So that's what matters. Jerseys matter. Home field, not really, because it's not college football. Honestly, you should be picking based on who everyone else picked. You should see the teams, try to avoid some people, because let's just face it, your division you play twice a year. I don't want to play Joe V twice a year. I don't want to play J Cam twice a year. So some of the better, and you too, Brett, and if Moneyman was there, right? So I think that you have to be smart in picking your team. Okay, does that make sense?
I do think that, in a way, you could do it where you just like randomize all 32 teams and then like DM people one by one based on that list and say like, these teams are gone and you have to pick between the rest. And you don't say who got what team, because I think it is kind of like a bit meta saying like, oh, Coach K's in that division and I don't want to play him.
That is true, but to be fair though, like, I just feel like, I mean, that would be a lot of work. And like also it could be done. That is the optimum way, but I just feel like honestly, this would also create a skill gap, because we can align it where it's like, okay, I see some good players over there, I'm going to go in this division. Because what if somehow, some way, if it was random, right? I mean, like, you're a math guy, right, Brett? What if we literally had it where we had, like, of the top 10 players, I'm not sure who it is, but of the top 10 players, it is possible, statistically speaking, what if 8 of those were in one conference and 2 of those were in another conference? Then it would be almost impossible, because, like, dude, out of the top 10 players, 8 are in the NFC, 2 are in the AFC. The AFC is more of a Mickey Mouse run. So I want to have it where it's like, the conferences. There's no excuse. The spin wheel will determine. If I get first pick, I will pick the Browns. But at the end of the day, it's not like I have to have the Browns, because if you're first pick, you're blinded. You don't know who everyone is. So does that kind of make more sense, Brett? Like, if it's random, you could have that chance. You could. Yeah. And that would be the biggest, I've had times in previous years in the online franchise, where my conference was tough as hell. And getting out of it was a miracle. And, the alignment is just, it's... Ooh. So, guys, look, time reason, I'm going to go from there. Any last-minute comments, or else we're out of here. Sims tonight.
First pick, you take the Chiefs. You got to go with the best quarterback at the Chiefs, Ravens, Eagles.
I'm doing
It's
Force
a fantasy
wins.
draft, though. It's a fantasy draft, so
you're not talking about the team. You're talking about the player. Oh, you take a quarterback with the first pick.
With your that's
dude,
what
I'm gonna
my
say it right
strategy
now.
is. I'd have to.
Bro, I'm gonna say it right now. Absolutely, I'm picking a quarterback. I'm not saying who I'm picking though, but if you have first pick, you have to, because you're gonna win or lose based on your quarterback. But to be fair, gentlemen, we'll have more coverage on the draft probably Saturday and all that stuff. So I'm very excited.
We gotta get people to hop into a call for draft night. Get a lot of
Oh yeah, get who's that one guy? The who does the mock drafts for? What's his name?
I'll take Lamar.
Mel
Lamar
Kiper.
is
Mel Kiper.
Mel Kiper. Yeah. Him and Todd McShay.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, Money Man, you were gonna say something. Go ahead. Before we get out of here, go ahead.
I would take Lamar. He a Florida boy.
Yeah, Money Man. If you had Lamar, Money Man, if you had Lamar, I'd probably just quit the league.
You take Caleb Williams. You got your quarterback for the rest of the franchise.
I just jump off that building right now.
Lamar would be too good.
Man. Dude, anyone know in the games tab, is anyone playing it? Can I sim soon? Like, I mean, I would hope it's past 10 o'clock. I mean,
Where'd J-Cam go? Wasn't he just here?
I think we're good. I mean, I think everyone's playing. I'm ready to advance.
got it, Greg.
I mean, it's
All right.
sim. It's sim, so if they're not done, then that's on them. Like,
I mean, who else has the? I mean, we were in the middle of a game, but unfortunately, DC.
So who, okay.
Alabama was kicking my ass. So.
Oh, that was Alabama who you played.
Yeah.
What team are you?
Oh,
I'm
wait, no,
Tennessee.
hold on. Whoa.
Okay.
What's going on with Alabama? Oh, you're right. Alabama, Tennessee. You're right. Wait, so whoa. Why was Phil Swift then in the call? Like, why was?
What happened was the guy, original guy who was Alabama, he was out of town. I guess he said he couldn't do it no more. And then I guess J-Cam had a thing in the chat, whoever with the first rec gets Alabama. I was confused. I found it out when I was at work. I didn't know if I thought I was getting a free win because the guy was out.
Oh, shit. I thought Pat was out of NFL only. He's out of college football too.
Yeah,
Damn, that's kind of a blow, dude. Man, Pat was awesome in this league. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm sure Jackson's still a good player, but at the end of the day, Pat was a dog. So let me see his DM one more time. Yeah, it says right here, I'm out of the franchise league. He's going to be out of town for the weekend, but why is he out for the weekend? That's fine for the weekend because he'll miss the draft. That's why he's on the franchise. Why is he out of the Dynasty?
I don't know. 'Cause I messaged him on Monday. When can we play? He said tomorrow, and I didn't get a response today. And then all of a sudden, I see he's out of the Dynasty. He offered me Alabama, but I declined because I wanted to stick with Tennessee. And then I guess someone in the Discord, it was if you react first, you become Alabama or something like that.
Yeah, I am going to go ahead right now and DM. I'm going to DM Pat. I see why you are out. All right, so like, I'm going to end the stream with talking Discord.